the recent active discussions within the United States Senate Commerce Committee regarding extending the deadline for ByteDance to divest its TikTok assets in the United States have drawn widespread attention. This decision suggests that the potential TikTok ban may be postponed until 2025, sparking extensive interest. As a global short video platform, TikTok's fate affects the livelihoods of countless businesses and individuals, involving various issues such as digital economy, national security, and user rights. At this critical moment, people need to consider how to safeguard national interests while maintaining the healthy development of the digital economy and balancing the interests of all parties to find a sustainable path for the future. Dear viewers, welcome back to our channel. Through today's video, I am delighted to engage with you in discussing the following topics. 1. What impact has TikTok had on the development and job creation in the US market? 2. How might extending the divestiture deadline affect TikTok's position and future development in the US? 3. In the era of the digital economy, how to balance the relationship between national security and user data security? The recent intense discussions within the US political and tech circles have focused on the fate of TikTok, a short video application owned by the Chinese company ByteDance. Maria Cantwell, the chair of the Senate Commerce Committee and a senior Democratic senator, revealed the latest developments regarding TikTok in a public statement. She disclosed that the Senate is actively discussing an important issue: whether it is possible to extend the deadline for ByteDance to divest its TikTok business assets in the US for 1 year. This move implies that if the Senate's proposal is approved, any potential prohibition measures against TikTok will be postponed until after 2025, following the next presidential election in the US. This decision will provide TikTok with more breathing room to find solutions to its current challenges and continue serving its vast user base in the US. Previously, in March 2023, the US House of Representatives passed legislation requiring ByteDance to sell its assets in the US within 165 days, otherwise TikTok would face a ban on operating in the US. This sparked widespread attention and discussion because TikTok has become one of the most beloved social media platforms for American youth, with a massive user base and cultural influence. Facing this legislation, ByteDance global CFO, Zhu Shouzi, did not sit idly by. He took proactive steps, engaging in multiple discussions with political and economic stakeholders in the US, trying to persuade policymakers and influencers to reconsider their stance. Zhu Shouzi was well aware that changing the current situation required utilizing various resources and strategies. As one of the countermeasures, Zhu Shouzi even proposed an innovative approach, allowing TikTok to display pop-up notifications for US users. Through this direct communication with users, TikTok could convey its position, stating that it operates as an independent platform dedicated to protecting user data security and privacy. At the same time, this could also inform users about the challenges facing their beloved social platform, generating public pressure on decision-makers to reconsider the necessity of a ban. Although Zhu Shouzi and the TikTok team's efforts are relentless, the outcome of this struggle remains uncertain in the face of a complex political environment and considerations of national interest. However, if the Senate ultimately votes to extend the deadline, it will provide a glimmer of hope for TikTok's future in the US and offer valuable insights for policymaking involving international tech companies. The impact of the pop-up notifications was significant, with congressional phone lines inundated with calls due to concerns about the impact of banning TikTok. A Republican congressional aide revealed that individuals from all walks of life expressed their concerns over the phone. According to the Washington Post, citing a report from the Oxford Economic Journal, in 2023, TikTok generated $14.7 billion in revenue for US small businesses, contributed $24.2 billion to GDP, and created over 224,000 job opportunities. If TikTok were to face an unexpected setback this time, it would not only affect TikTok as a company, but also thousands of businesses and individuals relying on TikTok for survival. No wonder TikTok supporters spontaneously protested outside the Capitol. As time passes, more and more voices of doubt emerge, questioning the feasibility and reasonableness of a short-term deadline. Therefore, the Senate Commerce Committee is reconsidering the deadline, considering extending it to 1 year. Cantwell supports extending it to 1 year, believing it will facilitate the successful implementation of the legislation. She stated that she is in deep discussions with colleagues and, although there are doubts and concerns, they all believe extending the deadline is worth considering. According to the latest news, some senators in the U.S. political arena have expressed clear support for extending the deadline for the forced divestiture of TikTok's U.S. business assets. These legislators believe that extending the deadline by 1 year will provide ByteDance, the parent company of TikTok, with more time to carefully address its asset issues in the U.S. and ensure a smooth and orderly transition process. They believe this will not only benefit TikTok's commercial interests, but also protect the interests of the vast TikTok user base and content creators, avoiding adverse effects on them due to sudden policy changes. Behind this proposal are carefully considered political considerations. With the adoption of the proposal, any potential ban on TikTok will be postponed until after the next US president takes office. Such an arrangement is expected to reduce the potential political confrontation and controversy over TikTok issues amid the current tense election atmosphere. During such a politically sensitive period, this move can be seen as a strategy to avoid potential interference in elections. At the same time, public attention is once again focused on the rapid rise of TikTok in American society. Just a few months ago, the American political arena welcomed a special new TikTok user, President Biden. Since joining TikTok in February, Biden's account has quickly garnered numerous followers. In just a few weeks, his personal TikTok account has surpassed 292,000 followers, demonstrating the attraction of this elderly politician to young voters and the unique charm of the TikTok platform in cross-generational communication. Biden's involvement not only demonstrates TikTok's popularity across all segments of American society but also reflects the platform's importance in cultural and political communication. In a sense, this has given policymakers further consideration how to balance national security, business interests, and social responsibilities of social media platforms, especially when such popular platforms face potential policy risks. The proposal to extend the divestiture deadline is not only a buffer for corporate asset management but also a re-evaluation of the role of digital media in American society and political ecology. All sectors look forward to TikTok continuing to serve millions of American users in the future and finding a wise path that complies with U.S. laws and regulations while ensuring the global development of its business. As TikTok's influence on the American political stage grows, the Biden administration seems to have recognized this. During the presidential campaign, Biden and his team used TikTok as a platform to reach out to younger generations and diverse communities, especially Asian and Hispanic communities, which was undoubtedly a wise strategy. By releasing user-friendly and appealing content, Biden could bridge the gap with these key voter groups and strengthen the Democratic Party's voter base. However, TikTok's fate in the US has long been controversial, especially regarding its data security and potential foreign intervention risks. Despite calls for TikTok's ban, such measures may have a negative impact on Biden's approval ratings, especially among Asian and Hispanic voters. Therefore, the Biden administration may face a dilemma, on the one hand, ensuring national security, and on the other hand, maintaining attractiveness to these key voter groups. Recently, discussions about extending the TikTok ban deadline to 2025 indicate that the government is seeking a compromise solution internally. Such an extension would postpone the implementation of the ban until after the presidential election, providing the government with additional time to assess the potential risks posed by TikTok and explore possible regulatory frameworks. From Jushos's perspective, he undoubtedly feels relieved by this temporary victory. This not only gives him valuable time to adjust strategies, but also provides a certain degree of certainty for TikTok's operations in the US. Nevertheless, in the coming years, the tug-of-war between TikTok and US politics will continue, and TikTok will have to continue seeking a balance between strengthening user trust and protecting national security. In conclusion, TikTok's fate in the US remains uncertain, and how the Biden administration handles its relationship with this social media giant will test its wisdom and strategy. For Jushosi, the road ahead is still full of challenges, but for now, it seems he has won a breathing space. The political game in the US is far from over, and all parties are closely watching the next developments. Finally, I summarized today's video, hoping it has been enlightening and valuable for you. For the globally popular application TikTok, the recent events signify a decisive moment in its development trajectory. Since entering the American market in 2017, TikTok has rapidly captured numerous fans with its innovative short video format and extensive content library, emerging as a force to be reckoned with in the American social sphere. Despite its strong growth momentum, TikTok has also faced increasing challenges and criticisms. The move by the U.S. Senate regarding extending the divestiture deadline has provided TikTok with valuable adjustment time, offering an opportunity to better address the difficulties it faces and consolidate its position in the U.S. market. This decision has also sparked widespread discussion about policy trends and changes in the business environment. In today's increasingly integrated globalization and digital age, balancing national security, market fairness, and user rights with data security has become a common challenge for the international community. It is hoped that in the future, both governments and multinational corporations will enhance communication and cooperation, working together to promote the sustainable development of the digital economy. How will this policy change affect TikTok's development in the US? On the one hand, if the divestiture deadline is extended, TikTok may face greater policy pressure, potentially leading to its forced exit from the US market. On the other hand, this will also provide TikTok with more time to find solutions to protect user data security. Regardless, this decision will have a significant impact on TikTok's position and future development in the US. We also need to consider the economic impact of TikTok in the US market. TikTok not only provides diverse entertainment content for US users but also creates a large number of job opportunities. If TikTok is forced to exit the US market, it will not only affect users but also have an impact on the US economy. In the era of the digital economy, balancing national security while protecting user data security is a complex issue that requires careful consideration. On the one hand, countries need to regulate corporate behavior through laws and regulations to ensure the security of user data. On the other hand, companies also need to take active measures, such as strengthening data encryption, while complying with the law to protect user data security. Whether the White House will extend the deadline for ByteDance to divest its TikTok assets in the US will have a significant impact on TikTok's fate in the US. We need to closely monitor the developments of this event and think about how to safeguard national interests while maintaining the healthy development of the digital economy and balancing the interests of all parties. Only in this way can we find a sustainable development path, allowing technology to better serve society and the people. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments section. That's all for today's video. See you next time. Bye bye. Bye bye.